Hey guys, this is Mark, and welcome to the Magazine Collector. Welcome to my premiere video. A little bit about myself. I'm a collector of all magazines, mainly interested Sports Illustrated, Time, Newsweek, Playboy, Sport Magazine, and then kind of some of the one-off different sport magazines if they've got a athlete on them that I'm interested in. So one magazine that has a lot of great covers that I don't really get into too much is Life magazine. Unfortunately, Life can't be graded by CGC, and because of the size, and I just haven't got into Life because of that. Maybe if the time comes where CGC or PSA will grade those magazines, I'll get into those too. But right now they're just a little too big. So the majority of my content on my channel is going to be unboxing videos, and then I'll probably do some videos of some interesting raw magazines that I have. And then maybe also I'll get to the point where I'll show a few of the magazines in my own personal collection and maybe do a little story behind them. But I come from a sports cards background. I've been a collector of sports cards for quite some time, and here a year or so ago, um, really got turned on to Sports Illustrated magazines. And just the more and more that I look through them, see what's available, it just kind of piques my interest more than sports cards. So I still do a little bit in the sports cards realm. Um, but to me, there's just a magazine cover will tell a story a whole lot better than a sports card ever will. So, and uh, and you can really use it as a piece in a room versus sports cards. I don't think you can really do that. So yeah, just kind of want to show off some of what I've been collecting. I'm also a reseller, so a lot of these magazines that I'll be doing unboxing videos on will be for sale at some point. So if you're interested in any of them, let me know. Um, Quick shout out to a couple of the guys that really got me interested in this. Of course, Jim Kehoe from CGC Sports Illustrated. He's kind of the godfather, I guess, of the graded Sports Illustrated magazines. At least when it comes to the social media aspect of it, he's really pushed that and garnered a lot of interest in it and got people talking. So he also does some pressing of magazines. So if you guys need anybody to do your pressing for you, I've had Jim do some of mine for me, and they turned out great. So I can't recommend him enough. And then Bradley over at Sports Magazines and History Channel, also love his content. He's got a few more of the one-off magazines that you don't see quite as often, and always look forward to seeing Bradley's uh, videos as they come out. So kind of a couple of the guys have gotten me interested in it, and then on the CGC Sports Illustrated Facebook page, just a lot of the guys there, super helpful, super nice. Definitely recommend checking that out if you haven't already. So I'm going to do my unboxing videos just a little bit differently. I'm not patient enough of a person to wait until that box arrives at my doorstep to check out the grades that I get on my magazines. So typically what happens as soon as I'm sent a shipping alert saying I've got some magazines shipping, I'm over on CGC's website clicking around to check out what I have. So and that's kind of what I'm going to do with my unboxing videos too. They're going to be a virtual unboxing video where you and I will be seeing the grade at the same time for the first time together. But I'll be doing it online, and we'll kind of dive into the census a little bit, some of the graders' notes on the different magazines, and we'll take a look at maybe some comps for sales, recent comps that can kind of get a little bit of idea of what some of these are worth too. So without further ado, let's get started on unboxing video number one. With this particular shipment into CGC, Um, it took 18 days from the time FedEx actually delivered my package to CGC until they marked it as received. And then from that point, it took another 30 days from received until graded. So by the time I get it back to my doorstep, we're going to be 55, 60-ish total days door to door. So just to kind of give you an idea on the current turnaround time. All right, let's grab my order number here, and we are going to plug that in on the CGC website and look what issue number 1 gave me. 9.6. All right. So this is the time, November 25th, 2024 issue. It is the President Trump. I don't know if that's election night or the day after, but the picture of him kind of celebrating his big win. So back in November. So on this one, a couple of the greater notes: spine stress lines and then finger bends on top of cover. Shoot, that one is a preventable one. Let's take a look at the spine stress lines here. Okay, there are a couple small spine stress lines that I didn't see prior to shipment. They're sending that in, I mean. All right, but 9.6, I'll take that. So definitely always wish for a 9.8, but 9.6 for the first magazine we will take. If you notice right here down on the side, it's not showing any as graded by CGC right now. I think it's too new of a magazine. Their census is not up and running for this magazine yet. So typically on most issues, you would get graded, and you'll see it here in a little bit. You'll see the census information here, and we'll be able to click into it and dive into it a little bit. Along those same lines, there have been no sales of this magazine graded anyhow, so I don't have any information there. All right, I am going to move on to issue number 2. And actually what we're going to see with this submission is the same magazine again. I submitted multiple copies of this at the same time, and I believe there's 5 of them in here, and they should be the first 5, so we'll kind of click through them here quick. All right, number 2. 9.8. Boom. That is what I want to see. I love that. So 9.8, still a couple spine stress lines added in notes in the greater notes, but they must be pretty minimal to pull that 9.8. Yep, not seeing anything right offhand. 9.8, I love it. All right, I've got 3 more of this issue to go. I would love 3 more 9.8s. Let's go to number 3. 9.6. Shoot, okay. So on this issue, I've got 2 9.6s and a 9.8. So far, we're going to go to issue 4. 9.8. All right. Love it again. Very light spine stress lines, left, center of front. Okay. All right, and we have number 5 yet. This one is to break the tie between the 9.8s and the 9.6s. Definitely hoping for another 9.8. And it is 9.8. Great. All right. Just a quick note for the people that are not familiar with CGC magazine grading. In the magazine world, pretty much a 9.8 is considered the top score. That is a mint magazine. There is a 9.9 option, and there's a 10 option that CGC will give out. 10s, as far as I'm aware, have never been assigned to any magazine ever graded. 9.9, I believe there's maybe 3 or 4 issues that have ever gotten a 9.9. So anybody looking to collect CGC graded magazines, 9.8 is pretty much considered top of the line. That's what we're after all the time. So would never expect to get anything higher than a 9.8. Be very, very rare. All right, but I would say I did pretty good on the Trump November 25th, 2024 magazines. Got 3 9.8s, 2 9.6s. I will definitely take that. That is awesome. All right, we're going to move on to number 6. Now we're going to get a little bit more interesting. We're going to get off of this issue onto a few others. All right, number 6. 9.0. Okay. This is February 10th, 1997 Time. This is Star Wars cover. Big Star Wars fan. I love everything to do with Star Wars. This isn't my favorite Star Wars cover. There's a couple earlier ones. There's a Darth Vader cover. There's a George Lucas cover from Return of the Jedi that I would probably put ahead of this one. But I still think this 1997 Star Wars, that's a great magazine. So, and on that point, a 9.0, I will definitely take that all day long. Stress lines again, an indent, finger bends, foxing. Okay. So let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, there's our 9. I do have multiple copies of this magazine. I sent this one because I did feel like it was in pretty good shape, and I will definitely take that 9.0. Love that magazine. All right. So as I was saying earlier, we'd have some census information on this one, and you can see that right here. So let's dive into that a little bit. So I have a 9.0. Higher than a 9.0, there's one 9.4 and one 9.6. So actually only 3 total of this graded altogether. My 9.0 is not on that census list yet, but 3 9.0 or 3 total graded, and I got a 9. Love that cover. That will probably go into my personal collection. All right, let's look at number 7 here. Another 9. Okay. This is the Rolling Stone, September 24th, 2015, with Donald Trump on the cover again. So this would have been Trump when he was running for president the first time. So take a look at the census here quick. On the 9.0, I'll have the only 9.0, and there's 3 9.6s above it. So let's take a look at this guy here. Love that magazine. That's classic Trump right there. So this isn't a real widely available magazine in newsstand. There's a lot of these out there in subscription, and that's where they have the subscription label printed on them with the subscriber's name. Definitely less desirable in all cases than a newsstand, and this is your newsstand copy. But yeah, again, there's not a ton of them out there on the web. Found this one, thought it was pretty neat, went ahead and submitted it, so got a 9.0. So I will definitely take that. All right, let's go on to number 8. Oh, on this Rolling Stone here, there was one sale, and that was a 9.6, brought $550. So just a little bit of context there. All right, let's go to number 8. 9.2. All right, this is the January 14th, 2019 Sports Illustrated. It was Trevor Lawrence's first cover. This is when he was still at Clemson, and with verbiage on there, too good to be true. So got a 9.2. Some of the greater notes: spine stress lines on the cover, a light crease on the right top of the front, finger bends top of the cover. So let's see if we can see any of that. Might be kind of hard in the pictures. There's that little crease that it's talking about up there, very tip of the corner. Definitely some spine stress lines. Yep, this one is not perfect. All right, 9.2. Let's check out the census here. Again, I had a 9.2, quite a few above it. Pretty highly graded magazine, 76 total graded, so that's quite a few. 17 9.8s out of that. So let's take a look at the value here. On the Trevor Lawrence, there was a 9.8 that sold in 2022 for $2,444. 2022 was probably back when Trevor Lawrence was a lot hotter commodity than he is today, so I think his prices have fallen a lot. Still excited to see what he can do in Jacksonville the next couple years, so hopefully he gets healthy from the injury he had this year and gets back and keeps on going. After that 9.8, there was a 9.6 that recently sold for $215, and there was an 8 that sold for $89. So if I had to put a price on this 9.2, it would be 100 125-ish probably at this point. So all right, two more here, guys. Let's move on to number 9. This item cannot be found. That is strange. I have never had that. Let's try it once again. There we go. All right. This is the time, October 1st, 2001. Bin Laden, Osama bin Laden cover. So this was shortly after 9/11, and as you can see on the Time magazine itself is Target bin Laden. So I'm a huge history fan, so love all of the different publications on 9/11. Saw this bin Laden issue out there, thought it was in pretty good shape, and went ahead and picked it up. Come back a 9.4, happy with that. So don't see a lot of spine stress lines, see a little bit of corner ding on the bottom left, maybe a corner ding on the top left. Let's take a look at what the grader notes said here. Spine stress lines, indent in top right, light bend. Okay. All right, and as you can see here, I'm not sure if there's not been any graded before, if mine would be the first one graded, or if they have something going on with their census at the time, but at the moment, but currently it does say not available for the census. So let's take one more look at that. And on the back, firefighter, love that. So, all right. I will take that 9.4. Okay, guys, we have one more issue here. It should be number 10. And let's see what we get. 8.5. Okay. This is the September 7th, 2009 Sports Illustrated. This is the Aaron Rodgers first cover. This was a variant cover. I think there was, actually it does say it here, manufactured with 4 different covers. There was 4 different variants published that week, and one of them was this Aaron Rodgers, and it is his first cover. So this is a little bit of a rough copy. I knew that when I sent it in, so it's not my best copy of this. Still came back in 8.5, so let's take a look at it here. Presents well. First look, I think that presents pretty well here. The big issue here on this issue is the different scuffing that you see on the cover right there. So as you can see, all along the spine of that guy is some scuffing. But yeah, I still think that presents well and was worth grading. So the census on this one. So there was my 8.5, and there is a few more above it. There's 2.92s, 2.94s, and 4.96s. So 8 total graded of this issue. This isn't a super common issue to find. It's a little bit tougher of a find in the newsstand. There are quite a few subscription copies out there, but again, in newsstand, it's a bit of a tough find. And then finally, some sales information for this one. There was a 9.6 that sold for $150. That's a steal if you ask me. There was another 9.6 that sold for $325, and there was an 8.5 that sold for $190. So I would probably put my 8.5 right around that same point, $190, $200. Aaron Rodgers definitely down right now compared to where he used to be. I guess it's yet to be seen whether he plays more in the NFL, but either way will go down as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. And this being his first Sports Illustrated cover, I think it's definitely going to go up from where it's at. He's a little bit maligned in the media world, and he brings a lot of it upon himself, I think. But either way, he'll go down as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. So definitely happy with getting this one graded. Again, I've got 3 or 4 more of these to go that I'll probably get sent in and see if I can get a little bit better than that 8.5. But yeah, still happy with that. I think that's all I have for you today, guys. So thanks for sticking with me for my premiere video. I'll try to get these out. I don't know if I'll do one a week or one every couple weeks. Kind of depends how fast CGC gets things back to me. I do have quite a few issues out with them right now. But yeah, if we can get some returned, I'll get some content put out hopefully, and we'll see how this thing goes. Feel free to leave any comments, likes, and again, appreciate you watching. Thanks, guys. Bye.